This is a brief tutorial on the game Trio as played on Board Game Arena. Trio is a very simple number collecting, bit of a memory game, trying to predict what people have and how you can get 3 trios the fastest. Now, the important thing to remember is that between the cards in every player's hands, so we can see 4 players here, and then the cards that are face down on the table, if this were a table or just kind of in front of everybody, there are 3 of each number 1 through 12. They all exist, none of it have been discarded. They all exist somewhere in either hands or on the table. And the key to this game is to find 3 of a kind, all 3 1s, all 3 4s, all 3 8s, whatever that might be. In fact, if you can find all 3 7s and make that trio, you win automatically. That's a little harder. This is why. On your turn, you have 3 options. You can ask the lowest card of somebody, including yourself. You can ask for the highest card from somebody, including yourself, or you can turn over one of the cards that are face down on the table. Now, when you're asking for the highest or lowest, or you're turning them over, you then keep asking or turning over cards until you either get a trio, get 3 of a kind, or you have a mismatch. And then everybody looks at what's been played, and then things flip back over and go back into people's hands, and the next person tries to do the same. So because you can only ask for the lowest or the highest of some of these cards, then those middle cards are hard to pull out. You have to pull out the edges first, and then you can get trios that are more of the middle numbers. Now I see here that I've got 2 1s here, and I want to make a trio. I bet somebody has another 1 as their lowest card. I just have to figure out who. And so I ask somebody on my turn, what is your lowest card? Well, it turns out their lowest card is a 5. Well, it's definitely not them. And I still have one more reveal that I can look at. And so I decide to just ask somebody else to see if I can find that 1. And this player also doesn't have the 1 as their lowest card. So everybody, now that I've revealed 2 mismatched cards, then everybody confirms that they have revealed a card, and BGA makes you click confirm before it goes on to the next, or it times out so that people have that opportunity to see cards that have been revealed, because this is a memory game at its core. You do need to remember, okay, I know the blue player had a lowest of 5 and the green player had a lowest of 2, so if I want that 1, I shouldn't ask them again. And so those will go back in the hand, and the next player will start asking as well. So this time it is brown player. The brown player saw that I was asking for lowest and thought, maybe they've got low. Maybe they've got the 1s and they were looking for the 1s. They kind of predicted that. But they ended up looking up here instead and going to the 2. They didn't think I had both the 1s. So now I know that there's a 2 here and there's a 2 here. If I had the other 2, or I knew where the other 2 was, then I could probably make a trio. So again, this game is all about figuring out where the cards are and how to figure them out. So there's the other 2. Can the blue player remember where the other 2 were? No, he didn't see it. So if that blue player had chosen the one that would have been revealed there, and also revealed the green player's lowest card, they would have had a trio. Let's see if the next player can figure that out. See, they saw that there's a 2, and if they can remember where it was on the table, then they get the trio. And that is a trio, and they get that in the game, and their turn is over. You can only get 1 trio per turn, and then it's my turn again. Well, I know nobody has the 1, so the 1 must be up here somewhere. And so I'm going to start on the highest. Maybe I can find the 12s. No, that's not 11, so I'm just going to start looking around a bit more. Hey, there's another 11. I could get lucky and just try this other person's. Maybe all three of them have a high 11, or maybe they had two 11s. It wasn't the case, so I can look at the cards and then continue on. That's the game. This continues on until somebody gets 3 trios or someone gets the 7 trio. And the 7 trio is hardest to get because it's always in the middle of your hand. Your hand is always ordered in numerical order, and you have to get rid of a bunch of cards before you can get to the 7s, or other people can have access to those 7s. So that's the hardest trio to get. So if you can get the 7 trio, you win. There's a version of this game, an option in BGA called the spicy version, where if you look at these cards, they have the little numbers on the bottom there. In those cases, you have to get, instead of 3 trios, you have to either get the 7 trio, or you have to get a combination that either adds or subtracts to 7. So if you have the 1, you need to get either the 6 trio, which adds to 7, or the 8 trio, which 8 minus 1 is 7. So it's just a bit of a variation, and you only win if you can get one of those combos, or the 7 itself. And that is how you play Trio on Board Game Arena.